In this video, we're going to learn how to access a single element inside a JSON file or structure. Here we have an existing workflow, and what it does is retrieves 3 rows of data from a spreadsheet in Google Sheets, loops over them iteratively, and then processes them in a code node. We're going to add some code into our code node. There's already some in there that is the default information. We're going to remove that. The first thing we're going to do, let's execute this first so that we can see what data is coming into the node first of all. It's going to throw an error because there's nothing happening in this code node, but we can now see the data coming into here. And so what we want to do is write some code, and we're going to say const, meaning this is a constant and not a variable. We're going to give it a name like data is assigned $input. What that's going to do is assign the value in the left-hand side to our data so that we can now process it. The next thing we'll do is create another const called descriptions, and it will be an array that we're going to return to the next node or the next step from this workflow. And we're going to assign this an array. So we use square brackets to indicate an array. Within that array, we're going to have a single element, and it's going to be an object. So we use curly braces to indicate object, and we're going to give it a key value pair. First of all, we're going to say description. So that is the label for this information, and then colon, and then we're going to say data, which is the const we created above, dot first. So we want the first element in the JSON, which is what you can see on the left-hand side. And then we're going to get the actual JSON. So the information we'll retrieve from this object is the JSON content, and then we can retrieve a specific element from that JSON. And so when you look at the labels in the JSON file on the left, there is row underscore number, there is description, and there is value. We're going to take the description and we're going to create our array with that description. So the next thing we're going to do is just close out that line with a semicolon. Oops. Did that on the wrong side. So we have our square bracket, which closes out the array, and then we have our semicolon. Then we are going to return descriptions, which is our array, to the next step in this workflow. So let's just execute this again, and what we will see is that we receive the data on the left and we pull out specifically the description, and we've passed that in an array, the square brackets, and inside an object to pass it to the next node. So we've now effectively pulled the description information out of the JSON, and this is how you would do it. If you found this useful, please like and subscribe.